How you doing? How you doing? Peace, love, and light. Welcome to another situation that we call casual conversations, where we sit down and we talk to some of the most influential and great people that we have here in the community of Las Vegas. We are here at the West Las Vegas Library, and this is where we're doing it. And before we get to introducing the host and our lovely people that we have here today, I'm going to pass it over to my co-host, Unc Red. What's going on, brother? What's going on, brother?
Do what it do, so how you doing with it?
Damn good, man. I'm real good, man.
Yeah, we over here live in the Fest at the West Side of studio. Alright, so we representing this thing called the art. Representing this casual conversation that people will not be able to see or be able to experience. So we're just bringing it to the table, you dig? You know what I'm saying, Slim? But without further ado, Slim, I'm gonna give it back to you, dog.
Yeah, man. If you're watching, wherever you're watching from, man, we have a very special guest in the building. I'm gonna read my phone real quick because there's a couple of things I want to say. Very well respected member of the Las Vegas community, graduate of Western High School, entrepreneur, artist, community activist, TV show host, pop lock extraordinary, and just a good human being overall. You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud to know this man. He's been very influential in my upbringing and in the integrity that I hold in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody to meet this gentleman that we have right here, man. PaulyMacc, man. Welcome to the show.
Man, big ups to Big Pauly, man. Big ups, straight up.
One correction. I did not graduate.
Okay, there we go.
He graduated from the School of Hard Knocks.
I have to be real.
Right.
I didn't. I went to Chaparral my last year.
Okay.
And I didn't have enough credit, so I didn't graduate. So I went to college and graduated.
There we go.
That's what's up.
So he still graduated, just not from Western. Shout out to everybody at Western. Shout out to all my people at Chaparral.
You know what I mean?
Staff, students. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the show, man. How you feeling?
Man, I feel wonderful, man. Thank y'all for having me. This is real important that we get together and we talk our history, you know, learn more about each other, so the people under us, the kids under us, can see some type of positive, you know, some positive brothers talking some positivity. Because now, you know, you look on Facebook these days, it's like, or any of these social medias, man, these young folks is wildin'. I thought we was wild in the 80s. Wow.
Yeah. So there's levels to this.
Yeah, it's levels to this. Now it's automatic now.
I think it's important, though, that they realize that that history is important. In the same way that they look at history in other cities and other places around the world, that it's just as important for them to know that here in this city there's a history. For anything that you see going on somewhere else in the world, there's a history here in Vegas.
That's right.
Here in Vegas.
That's right. Because you're a part of that history, and that's something we want to tap in. Like you said, the 80s and then in Chicago. But how did that influence the 80s in Chicago influence you with the music and hip hop out here in Las Vegas?
Well, in the rest of the block off of Halstead, 70th and Emerald.
Okay.
We lived on the same block as Vernon Lloyd.
This is Chicago, correct?
Chicago.
Okay.
Vernon Lloyd he used to jam with the Fatback Band. So if y'all know about the Fatback Band back in the day,
we gonna find out.
Yeah. So he would jam with them. My uncle played the bass. My uncle Derek played the bass. So back in the 70s, it was common to see live musicians everywhere.
Right.
You know, because they were in the lounges. There used to be a Blue Flame Lounge right off on 71st and Halstead, and that's where all the players. He's gonna kill me for this. Bishop Don Juan.
Oh yeah, Bishop.
This is when Bishop used to wear all black. He used to wear all black before he started wearing the people when I was growing up, because there was also a newspaper stand in front of Randy's Liquor Store. So it's Randy's Liquor Store, newspaper stand, and across the street is the Blue Flame, because that's where we used to all get our Polish sausages from.
Okay.
You know, it was the best food going over there. So all the players would go back and forth to either Randy's or over to the Blue Flames, and then they will get whatever they were reading from the paper stand. I used to think, why is this paper stand open at 12 midnight? You know, it's like a lot of stuff in Chicago, you start figuring it out when you're a younger cat. Right. That's what, you know, that's my experience. And then my mom moved us to San Jose, California, because I had broke into a hardware store, Levine's hardware store. And we didn't take nothing like money or nothing. We needed softballs, we needed rubber balls, we needed bats, and we needed the little RC cars for Tyco.
Yeah.
So we could race. So that's pretty much, my mom was like, I got to get you out of here.
Right. Yeah.
She got me at San Jose, California, and that's when I became cultured, man. That's when I started meeting Samoans, Tongans, Italians, played soccer, Santa Clara Valley Strikers, and I played on a team full of a bunch of everybody's. So I got to eat with people. When you were that young and you were on a soccer team, you go over to the coach's house, and he was German, so I had applesauce and pork chops.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know,
Culture
so when I was
food,
over with my Samoan cats, I was eating whatever they was eating.
Right.
So through food and
you began to learn other people's culture.
I began to learn other people's culture.
Right. Yeah. So how influential was music during those times to you?
Yeah, exactly.
My Uncle Derek was in San Jose because he moved from Chicago with my mom. We all followed my grandmother to San Jose, and then from San Jose to here to Vegas. So live music has always been in my life. My father was a flute player, a bass player, and a backup singer.
Come on now.
And he was on the Chili circuit from Chicago up until New York, Buffalo,
Now,
New York area.
When you talk about the Chili circuit, just elaborate a little bit about that.
Chili circuit is chitlin or chili. Well, back then it was called the chitlin circuit. It's called the Chili circuit now. Because Tech 9 them take them same routes.
Right.
They don't call it the chitlin circuit. They call it the Chili circuit.
Okay.
Now the chitlin circuit for the time framing is a bunch of bars or places where a band could go for a month and just keep playing.
Wow.
And they had a way back, and they got paid for it, and they got their hotel paid for, and lounges in Chicago was really good back then. So my mom used to bartend in my auntie's bar, Paula's Palace.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I was sitting in bars, man, when I was like 9 years old with a pop in a bag of potato chips. And so I got the ear hustle.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, he made a lot of $5 bills. It's like you just start noticing things like that, and for whatever reason, sometimes you fall into things,
Yeah, right. Yeah, I dig that. And then how did you fall into music out here?
And I met DJ Mike. DJ Mike was a DJ at Garside.
All right. Shouts out to Garside Middle School.
8th grade. And we had sat and talked, and we were beating on the table, and we were just going back and forth, having, just that type of thing, and eating, this is when I first started eating a cheese Nevada combo.
The cheese Nevada
combo. Time out. The cheese Nevada for the Las Vegas school district.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So
broke some gold.
So coming from Chicago and San Jose, we like that. It was like,
right.
We're like, wait a minute, I can go get 2 slices of pizza too. Oh, okay. How much is the lunch?
Right.
Oh, okay. $1.50. Hey, how much for them purple cards?
Right.
The purple lunch ticket.
That's how
man.
card.
Yeah.
So again, we had a candy store inside both our lockers. You can catch us in between, me and Mike, and you can buy Snickers or whatever you wanted from us. Eddie Thomas also had a locker full of candy. And so between the three of us, we were selling candy in 8th grade at Garside.
That part.
So, and
the principals, the deans, none of them got on you guys for trying to be entrepreneurs?
Nah, because you don't do things in the open. It's not, when you create a need,
right?
People need to have that candy bar. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Yeah, right.
And the people that was selling the purple tickets, they like, well, I need the money.
Right.
Well, I need to save it.
You're right.
So it's like, that's what it came out to, So I learned commodity through my uncle. He threw sets in Chicago. That's dollar parties. People knock on your door, they pay $1. Come in, the DJ's playing. You can pay $1 for a red cup, and you also that was cold duck was in it. My auntie and them sold 50-cent bowls of spaghetti.
That part.
So it was like, I grew up watching it.
Right.
I grew up watching this, and my Uncle Derek would pay me $20 the next day to clean up the whole spot.
Oh, yeah.
So a $20 bill at 8 years old is like,
yeah.
So I kept 10, and I called my friends Bozo, Boo Boo, Carnell, Tick, Jimmy Dorsey, and I gave them $3 bucks, and they did most of the work.
Yeah.
So it was like, I learned how to work smarter and not harder. I didn't need to have a whole 20 because we shared everything anyway. If I had a bag of cookies, I had to call no carbs.
What's that?
Okay, if I call no carbs, you can't ask me for nothing in my bag.
I heard that.
There you go.
If you call carbs before I call no carbs, I have to give you something in my bag, whether it's a cookie or whatever the case may be. So,
okay,
yeah.
And that's where my music came from. It's like, man, my uncle and them DJing, playing the bass, Vernon Lloyd, and I just I got to do this. And I met DJ Mike, and he had 1200 Technique 12 turntables. He had a 4-track. His room was set up like a studio, and we formed the Guardians of the Beat, and then we formed the FBI crew. And then the FBI crew just.
Now the FBI, like we were talking earlier, and I was just saying, like, I always seen you doing a lot of like big boy stuff, but I was just wondering, like, we expounded on, I guess, groups or clubs, and I talked about car clubs and stuff like that. So, like, what you founded, it sounds like it's like a big organization, almost like a fraternity in a way.
You could say that it morphed into that because after we did FBI crew, we got a posse called 211, and 211 posse was 5 or 6 different other groups, and we toured the city, the YMCA's, the power dances. DJ Ivan, he was instrumental in putting us in front of thousands of people. So that was like a really cool thing, because he did the power dances at the Civic Center, he did them at the Thomas and Mac. We were playing 3,000 kids, 2,000 kids at his power dances. So that was a big plus for us.
That was a big thing back then.
Yeah, that was big.
And still, even now.
I mean, there was other crews out there. VIP Patrol, they was dope. Stacy and them was still doing their thing. Doomsday.
Shout out to
Doomsday.
Yeah. What's the Shadesman group too? Don Shadem had a group. Oh, Lyrical Mafia, Dungeon Family. Yeah, that was early, and then even on the North Tide, you had
420.
You had 420 out of my neighborhood, out of Gersh's Park, and then you had
shout out to Gersh's.
Then you had 420 Murderers Click, and they just stayed Murderers Click, and they put out one of the best albums I've ever heard in my life.
Shout out to Foolish.
Yeah, I was like, man, that album, Murderous in Many Ways.
Give me because I'm gonna put it in later. So what is it?
I'm thinking of the title. I don't want to scramble it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But their first album, they had I was up at Priority Records when Mac 10 and Priority was trying to sign them.
Wow.
That's Murder's Click was incredible.
Yeah, Murder's Click.
Yeah, they did a good job. And then Clique One, like another one of my favorite.
Shout out to Clique.
What about 3 Times Crazy?
That's Cali.
That's Cali. That's Bay Area.
Okay.
But they were down. See, our relationship with the Bay is really cool.
Yeah.
We have a great relationship with the Bay Area, man, because they come down here a lot. I've been working with 40 and 4080 magazine for a very long time. Sean Kennedy out of the Bay. We used to take our different accounts, because if I needed something worked in the Bay, I send it up to Sean Kennedy.
Right.
Over at T Swahoozies. Right. That was a spot. Or Sean would send the stuff that needed to be worked in Vegas and Phoenix. So that was my 2 spots. And then I advanced over to Kansas City, Missouri, with Game Related Records with Rodney Green and my cousin Gilbert and my brother Robert. So we started that Midwest thing, because the Midwest has 8 states connected to Kansas City, Missouri. So when records come out of Kansas City, Missouri, they're hitting 8 different states. So you're getting a good balance of, that's what Tech does very well. Tech will drop an album, he'll play 20,000 people in his hometown. Right. How many artists can go play?
Not a lot.
Independent. And him and Travis and them, they independent.
Yeah.
So they're like a blueprint. They're a blueprint, man. So yeah, man. I started doing all that, and we started FBI Crew. In 1988, we went to Mesa, Arizona. It was FBI. It was Ice Cube, Too Short, a group called. We got up and performed, and basically, everybody was scared. everybody was scared to go over to the bus where Ice was at. And I was like, fuck it. Excuse my French, y'all. I'm sorry. I was like, so I went over there and it was Ice, Darlene, and Charlie Jam. But as I was walking towards the bus, and I know the names afterwards, of course. I was walking towards the bus, man, about 15 people piled off the bus. And I was like, man, it's finna be bad. So I walked up to him and said, I'm, PaulyMacc, FBI crew, Las Vegas. They all started laughing. Yeah. And he said, y'all was fresh.
Oh, that's dope.
And I was like,
that's super dope.
He watched us perform. Yeah. That's why I had the raccoon hat on and everything.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the raccoon. I used to rock the raccoon hat. Yeah. That's the guy who know where the party's at.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, that's right. So I started calling Ice on a daily basis. He didn't answer the phone because I didn't know the magnitude of Ice-T at the time. Right. So he's on tour in Europe and I'm calling every day. I'm leaving messages. My friends are like, you talked to Ice yet? I mean, I'm getting clowned, literally getting clowned, right? And then Ice calls me when he gets back from Europe. He goes, is PaulyMacc there? I hang the phone up.
Oh, what?
My group members, playing with him. Right. He called me back and said, is PaulyMacc there? I said, yes, it's PaulyMacc. He said, it's Ice-T. And I was like,
yeah,
skillet blown back.
Yes.
Like, skillet blown back.
Yeah.
Like, and we talked. He's like, I got all your messages. I was like, man, I didn't know nothing about your world. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm on the phone with him. And he got my address. And like a week later, he sent me Syndicate t-shirts, jackets, hats. And he said, form your team. Get your thing together. And from there,
that's what it need, bro. That's what it's be needing is that spark, someone to believe in you.
Yeah, and Ice has been my business partner ever since. Big bro, don't jump ship. That's the boss, straight up. We fall in line when Ice is in the room.
Yeah, and that's about understanding respect, man. Shout out to Ice-T.
All about respect.
How did you get hooked up with being involved with the Zulu Nation? Shout out to the Zulu Nation.
Okay, being around Ice, I met Africa.
All right, that's right.
Because Africa Islam was his DJ. I mean, was his beat maker and his partner on stage with him. And we used to go to a club called Water the Bush. And that was the Syndicate Club on Monday nights. Me, Branty, DJ Ivan, they was part of the 211 crew, and they were the Raw Alliance was in their TRA. And so I started going back and forth and going to the club, and Islam took an interest in what I was doing. I came with the guys, we were all dressed cool, did no problems. And I got in the Zulu Nation. He gave me my warrior shirt and my warrior medallion. Yeah. And then I got my Zulu piece, and then I got my King piece. Okay. So it's 3 different stages before.
And it's some studying you got to do.
You got to know your chakras. You got to know your chakras and everything. Indeed. So, and then Mick Benson, Pow Wow just passed away. Al Patron. Those are all that's my extended family from Syndicate and Zulu. So Syndicate and Zulu are basically the same thing, but Ice couldn't convince a bunch of West Coast dudes to start wearing Kofis and all that type of stuff. These are gangsters out here. They're gangsters in New York too.
They're the same,
but they just dress different, and that dress code didn't transform over. So as you can see, this is what this is Ice's face. Yeah. So this is what Ice came up with, and they were called the Crime Crew at first before they became this. And those are the brothers that you see wearing black and gold. Those are our big homies. You see them wearing black and gold.
Shouts out to that.
Yeah, Ice has a system around him. He has buffers, right? So, for instance, if someone was to ask me, hey man, I want to get Ice for $50,000, I'm not gonna call Ice.
That's right.
For $50,000, no offense, but 300.
Yeah.
Then we can start talking because Ice is at a level. He was at a $50,000 level once, $20,000 level. But I remember Ice was doing when he first started shows for $5,000. But as you work your way up, you can't diminish your brand by taking $50,000 when you can wait 2 more minutes and get that 300. So Ice has Georgina Hosen, which is his business manager. He has his road management team, which is Al Patron. his trusted friend from day one, one of his crimies, and Mick Benson, who holds it down in New York, who's also a force to be reckoned with, Zulu Chief. So Ice has 3 managers that help Ice maneuver, and then he has Shawnee Sean, which is his which is one of his people that he employs. Just he employs me too. I get a check from Ice, straight up. I work a deal out, and then I get what you said.
When we gonna see you on the crime shows, man?
Well, first, you got to really get your mind and your body together before you decide that. Because I've always body together before you decide that. Because I've always worked on the back end of the camera. I'm a gaffer by trade. I like movie sets. I like videos. Been doing this since 2005.
I can contend to that. I've seen it.
So when I know what you mean about budgets, the camera itself might cost $300,000 and the lens is $150,000. ARRI cameras. So I learned through a system of you pay attention, you stay in your lane. It's 48 laws of power. You do not out chef the chef.
That's right.
That brought you into the building.
That's right.
And no cost. You do not break that system down, because once you're in a system that's beneficial for you, I'm not supposed to make what Ice-T made.
That's right.
Ice-T. He did everything he had to do to get on a television show that pays him whatever, movies. He worked and did that. So people need to understand, stay in your lane, know your worth, don't do anything that you don't feel that's beneath you. And and that's why I formed my own company, the Syndicate Media Group. I was like, I want to shoot my own movies. I want to shoot my own videos. I partnered up with Gripstar, Marty Rogers.
Shouts out to Gripstar.
So we have the trucks, cameras. We got the crew. My gaffer. I barely gaffer anymore, but Rome, he's in there.
Yeah,
Rome's my gaffer.
Rome.
Rome
running the building.
Khalid's my PM and my DP. We got a tight team. So Bear, he's on team. He does our.
Out to Bear. I know Bear. Me and Bear.
He
go
does
back.
our securities for us. He makes sure everything is good. Make sure contracts is right and everything. So Bear's on top of what he has to do, and
Shouts out to Bear.
And that's what I did. And then we took our movement over to Cork and Thorn on Sundays.
We gonna be over there.
Yeah, we just tell people, look, cameramen, rappers, singers, anything to do with the industry, come over and have a drink, because you might meet that person you need to meet.
Right.
And then we're also screening movies. So if you have a 20-minute movie, we will happily put it up there for you for free.
Okay.
You bring your friends in, screen your movie, and then we'll give you 45 minutes after to talk about it, have a little bixer about it, and then we get back to DJing.
Right.
We got Fleet DJs.
Fleet DJ.
Fleet Jackpot. We got my man, my business partner up in there, Get Buck.
Straight up.
We did the DJ school together for 3 years. They canceled us. That's all right. We coming right back.
We coming back.
Coming right back.
Man, I would definitely like to be involved in that. Speaking of the artists here in Vegas, it's a lot of talent.
Man,
tons.
It's a lot of talent. Unfortunately, the business side of it needs to be learned as well as the talent. But what advice do you have? And before I even ask that question, I want to give a big shout out to Lit Socks. I don't know if you saw what he just did. That was very, very big for the city of Las Vegas and for those in the entertainment realm out here. Him being on Raising Canaan. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have to change really.
He didn't change nothing but his dress.
Yeah. He just dressed like he was in the 80s. Yeah.
Look, Lit Socks is a spitter. I did an interview about 2.5 years ago, and I told everybody he's next.
Right.
So it's on video. I was like, his cadence, his vocabulary, his wordplay. I was like, he's it. All he needs is a break.
That energy he got, man.
His energy. Now he got that break because the New York cats is like, yo,
right.
This Lit Socks cat got bars. And once you get on from New York and you travel back this way, 'cause that's how Ice-T did it. Ice-T got put on in New York by African Islam, worked his way back.
Oh, smart.
Once you work your way back, and the Lit Socks work his way back to the West, it's a wrap.
Yeah, dominate.
What you gonna do? He got a good team around.
Yeah, and that's what I'm noticing.
So what's your advice to the young entrepreneurs, rappers, singers, producers out here in Vegas?
Trademark, get your music publishing, and get composer. Get both. It's 50-50. Learn, because if you're doing beats, that's half the song, and then the writer is the other half. So get publishing on both ends, because you might want to do a beat or you might want to write.
That's priceless.
You know, get you an LLC.
Not a court.
Well, at first, I was
from Delaware, Nevada, per se.
You know, Delaware, $25 to start a business.
I'm not gonna talk too much about that.
Yeah. So I would get an LLC first and direct all your business to that LLC, not your personal. Find someone to talk for you, because you can't really be your own manager. You can't, because, you know, getting caught up in your feelings might affect your performance.
You got that right.
So find someone to talk for you, and put your marketing in the hands of someone else. And I'm not talking about what you do basically. I'm here, I'm there. You can only do so much within your bubble. People will only buy as many t-shirts within your bubble because you're only in your bubble.
Right.
That's when you got to like break some bread and get in somebody else's bubble and let them talk about you, so you can get some of them t-shirt sales over in that other bubble.
That part.
You know,
that's
so
called adaptability, right?
I think Vegas artists are lyrically super talented. Dizzy, great wordplay. You know, Jeff, not Akon. God, he's gonna kill me for this. Jeff was just stage name. Echo. Echo's traveling the world right now.
Echo.
Echo's traveling the world right now. Hydro. Who else was I just listening to the other day? 2K Vegas.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
like 2K Vegas, man. It's flow. Yeah, he's no flow. Jake Darkese. I mean, there's so many good rappers here in Las Vegas, but you gotta want to leave Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I'm like, man, y'all never done a show in Reno, and it's only 400 miles away.
Right, that's a fact.
Get your ass out of here.
Fact.
We were doing shows and traveling and getting on Greyhounds when we were 17 years old. Mike's father bought a Camry. That Camry was back and forth to California as much as we could push it.
Yep.
Phoenix, as much as we can push it. We was doing shows in backwards ass places where it was like maybe like 50 white people that have never seen a DJ in a rap group. We get them to do it.
Traveling. So traveling is a big thing.
You gotta travel. You can't expand your base if you don't travel. There's 4 different regions artists should really start in. Don't start in LA. Don't start in New York. Don't start in Miami.
Because those
you
are
don't
really
have the
big
budget.
markets. Right, yeah.
You don't have the budget to start up in there. You need $1 million to break a single. Like, to really do it.
That's crazy.
So you go to spots to where they're connected. Like if you go to the Southwest, you hit Phoenix, New Mexico, parts of Texas, Nevada, and Lower California, San Diego area. That's considered the Southwest. You go up north, and then you hit the other places like Billings, Montana. Dude, Billings, Montana is off the hook.
Billings, Montana.
Shouts out to my family, Drac up there, and they club Links up there. Yeah, they got a Vegas style club up in Billings, Montana, and they get a lot of shows, a lot of concerts from May to October, and after October it shut down because it's just too cold.
Right.
But man, Billings, Montana, Missoula, Grand Falls, that whole
the Rapids.
No, it's like when you're in Montana, there's like there's the Air Force Base, and then there's Billings, and then there's Missoula, and then there's another one too. I forgot. And then you pile on and you go right up into Washington State from there.
Yeah.
And then you go in. So
I already know.
there's all types of little circuits that you can get in. And if you're getting $2 a person off the people, if it's a 500 seater and you're making $1,000 a stop, that's very sustainable for 3 people.
Facts.
Very sustainable. And that's not including t-shirt sales, nothing. That's very sustainable because the average person makes about $130 a day.
Okay.
But if you busting $260, $300 a day, plus your t-shirt sales, you bubbling. Only thing you gas in the hotel room at this point, and then most bars and most places will make sure that you got a meal because it's inside of your writer.
Yeah.
Right. You know, so that's why you need somebody talking for you. That's why you got to have somebody to go get your money for you. Don't where's my money at?
Yeah.
That'll cause a fight.
Facts.
That'll cause. I see some shit. That'll cause a fight.
Yeah.
Speedy, what's your most memorable moment on tour?
Yeah. I don't like to know that.
Or one of them.
The most memorable on tour.
Do.
You got to filter through. You got to filter through
because there's rap tours.
Okay. So let's break it down.
Rap tours.
Yeah,
we want to
speak about that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, my band is hot. You know,
right.
It's like
we want to speak about that. So rap tour, and then give me your rock tour, and then tell us how you fell into that genre of music.
Yeah.
Okay, rap tour. I would definitely have to be the first tour that I went on with Rhyme Syndicate on the bus. It was Donald D.
Okay.
Bobby Jimmy.
Okay.
And the Critters. Yeah, Bobby Jimmy and the Critters. Everlast.
Okay.
Nat the Cat. And we were playing skating rinks. Charlie Jam had set up a tour, and there was no room but on the middle of the floor for us to go. So we slept when everybody else slept because we had to sleep in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
But we were on tour.
Right.
And so we went to the skating rink in San Jose, California. This is the first time I ever fell in love too on tour. I don't know if I should.
Yeah, bring it out. Bring that up.
Man, listen, man. I got off the stage because we opened up. I got off the stage and I went over to where the machines were. And I seen this beautiful young lady just sitting behind the.
That's how to beautiful lady.
Man, it was like I stayed in San Jose for a week.
It'll happen.
I stayed in San Jose for a week. I was like,
you wasn't leaving, huh? You wasn't leaving.
I was not leaving, man. I was like,
that was a Teneroni.
I was like, listen, it was like magic. It was like a spark happened. It was instant. It was like, bam. Okay, I'm not leaving. And man, when I had to leave to get back on tour, I mean, she cried the whole way. It was like, whoa. And if I don't know, man, I'd probably still been there if I didn't have to go get back to my business.
Right.
So that was my first thing on tour to where that affected me. Like, wow. This is tour life.
Yeah.
So rock tours is different. The food is different. It's gourmet. Rap tours are cool. Don't get me wrong. Kentucky Fried Chicken, lunch meat, stuff like that.
Now, were you always into rock music while you were doing rap?
No, I'm the basic guy that in the 80s I listened to Twisted Sister, Quiet Riot because they played it, right?
Yeah. Right.
I didn't really get into metal until I got on tour with Lollapalooza tour. I had some friends that were doing metal, like Jameson Jackson and Bobby and all those guys. They were guilty by association. And there was a group named Papsmer at the time, but my interaction with them, I didn't know them at the time, but I've heard of So I got on tour, and we did like 40-something cities. So I'm listening to Henry Rollins. I'm listening to In Living Color. I'm listening to Jane's Addiction, Violent Femmes, Body Count, Angelo and them. What's the name of their group? The Black Punk group. Oh, they gonna kill me. So we I'm watching them and watching Henry Rollins perform. Henry Rollins is super intense. So I got back home to Vegas. I ran into Dusty Hines.
Dusty Hines, shout out to
me and Dust. He was Kid Def at the time. He was just rapping. His rap name was Kid Def.
Kid Def?
Yeah, Kid Def. He was dope too.
Dusty
was dope guy. So he takes me over to meet Papsmear. He takes me over to meet Eric and Ed and the rest of the guys. And I just started rapping while they were playing over some metal.
Did you ever even plan that, or you just...
No, I don't plan nothing, bro. Believe it or not, you get up and you do your thing, but whatever happens to you is so random.
Yeah.
You just have to be there when it happens. You know, be around and stuff, right? So I started rapping, and they started playing, and then we formed a band. And there was 187. The name of our first band was 187 Pig.
187 Pig.
That was the name.
187 Pig. Shouts out to 187 Pig.
We did our first show at the Huntridge.
Oh, y'all don't remember the Huntridge?
SWAT showed up.
Come on.
Definitely.
SWAT showed up.
Like the Apollo.
There was a nigga on the roof with a gun. Scuba divers showed up, and there was no water.
Wow.
I was like, the police pulled me to the side and said, "You have to drop the pig."
Oh man, that's crazy.
Because that means murder a cop.
Right.
Pig means murder a cop. And I was like, officer, we're not talking. We were just trying to come in real hard. You know, so we came in and just 187.
Yeah,
yeah, that was my second time being pulled in by law enforcement. First time with the FBI. I was like,
yeah, no smoke.
All cease.
So they said no to the FBI crew as well.
Oh, they said no to the FBI crew. Yeah, they pulled me into the office. You go into the door, and it was a receptionist with a big old window, and she was sitting behind it. I told her my name. She pointed to a room. I walked into a room. It was just all white with two chairs. Chair for me to sit down and a chair for the agent. Agent came in and read me everything that we were doing. Like, and then you have to change you have to go to a lowercase I. You can't walk around 200 deep with FBI jackets on.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
we had to go to a graffiti.
Yeah.
And the lowercase I, it put Funky Beats Incorporated under the bottom. No, bro, you don't understand. We were at the YMCA 200 deep, FBI jackets and t-shirts. They called SWAT. We were in the neighborhood doing a neighborhood party. They called SWAT.
You just got powered, you know.
Man, it was so hard to move around for a while. Like, it was crazy.
Well, that's because you guys have knives. To the system, there's always going to be a problem with it. To the system, you guys are going to be public enemy number one.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
And that's exactly what you guys kind of remind me of the new age of that public enemy, that rebel that stands for something greater for the people. Now we got to wrap things up, and I hate that we got to wrap things up.
We don't need a part two,
but we definitely going to get a part 2, a part 3, and a part 4 to this, because this me and this brother, all three of us, but we go way back in, and I want to just really expound on this. But before I go, I want my brother to just give some words to the people watching, and also the youth that are watching.
All right, youth, go get 2 jobs.
That's right.
Literally, go get 2 jobs. Half that second job, totally invested. Well, actually, I would take 75% of that second job and just put that money away and use that other 25% for your hobbies.
Come on now.
And keep that other job to make sure your household and everything else is running. Go get your business license. Talk to each other. Look each other in the face. Get off these phones. Have meetings. Learn how to be brotherhood again. Learn how to be a sisterhood once again. It's like we have to learn how to love each other. I'm 56 years old. I watch my mom and them have the block parties, and everybody's having a good time, and the kids are getting to know each other. These kids don't know each other. Some of our sons and daughters don't know each other, and they should. And they wouldn't fight so much. They wouldn't. So we as a community, we have to increase our villagehood.
Right.
And resources, and stop leaving our older people in rooms by themselves.
Come on now.
Stuff like that. And I went to a party, real short. I went to a party, and all the old people were sitting in the room, and I'm like, why is all the old folks sitting in one room?
Right.
And the younger people are not. So I went in there and just started bringing everybody cake like I used to do for my grandmama. She passed away. So I would just bring my grandmother a plate of different desserts, small pieces of different types of desserts. And I just went in and started giving them all different types of desserts. And we started talking. You find out one guy was a judge. One guy one was the first nurse in Nevada, the black nurse. So you don't know these things. So we need to talk to our village, and our elders need to do better.
That's what's up. I definitely agree with that, Slim. What do you think, brother? You know what I mean?
As far as
what he was just talking about.
No, I definitely. I mean, my motto, man, and my mantra: love is the message, intention is key, music is therapy. Through all those things.
What's the word of the day?
the word of the day is love. Is it, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, you can't do nothing without that. And like he said, there have been people who are they're thriving, and they're waiting, and they're preying on us to not communicate with each other.
That's right.
Separating the old from the young.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because that wisdom and that you know, the athleticism and that power and the vigor that you have when you're young, when you have that wisdom of the old, man, there's nothing we can't do.
Facts.
Right.
And they know that, you know. Parentheses around whoever they may be. You know what I mean?
Whoever they may be.
Yeah, so with that, man, I would like to say thanks for all you guys tuning in. You know, once again, my name is Dirty Red, or you call me Unc RG. It don't matter, you know. I'm that guy, and then I'm gonna pass it on to my brother DJ
Slim, man. You know what I'm saying?
Where they can reach you at?
You can reach me at DJ Slim, DJ SLIMM. You know what I'm saying? My attribute is Khalik Asil Supreme Islam. You know what I'm saying? And you know, catch me at Black Transit. That's my music group and movement. And you can watch the Fifth Element Hip Hop Show, because it's one of the premier shows, not podcasts, here in Las Vegas. And we love to have local talent, artists, community activists, leaders, educators, and movers and shakers on our show, man. And with that being said, we're gonna pass it to PaulyMacc. Where can they reach you at?
You can reach me at PaulyMacc LV at IG. You can reach me at Paul Mark Macklin on Facebook. And yeah, Fifth Element's dope, bro. I love y'all show, straight up. And you can go to my website, Syndicate Media Groups.com.
That's what's up. What's up? And then back to me. You guys can reach me at Dirty.Red, and then I'm also locked in with the Fifth Element as well, and I'm locked in with the Westside Arts Studio. Arts at the heart.
See y'all at Cork and Thorn on Sundays.
We gonna be at the Cork and Thorn on Sunday.
Holly BB's on Saturdays.
Yes, straight up, and we gonna have Unscripted up there too. So tune in.
Yeah, we love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We out of here. Peace and love.
Yeah.
Vegas.